We are Tottenham from the line.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to the pre-match pump-up here at We Are Tottenham TV. And what a match it is tonight. The semi-final second leg to get to the Carabao Cup final. Just one small opponent standing in our way, which is Liverpool at Anfield. But hey, we are the mighty Spurs and anything can happen this season. I'm joined tonight by Jimbo from Kate and Jimbo, and by Jose from Cockerell. Jimbo, how are you doing? How are you feeling? You excited? You nervous? What's happening?
Not nervous. I'm excited for us to go out there and win tonight. Win. We're going to win.
Wow. Confidence everywhere. I love it. And Jose, how are you feeling about tonight?
I've been busy with work all day, so I've not really given it much thought, to be honest. And now I'm just looking forward to whatever the outcome may be tonight. But I always look forward to my team playing. And tonight is no different. Regardless of the semi-final, I feel the same about Tottenham every day we play. So that's where I am.
Yes, indeed. As everyone will know, we only need a draw tonight to get through to the final and face Newcastle, who put out Arsenal last night, who really didn't turn up. Some may say they bottled it. I would just say they were outplayed in the first leg and indeed the second leg and lost 4-0. So we have already scored more goals in the semi-final than Arsenal did in their two legs. And let's hope that continues tonight. Chris Peters gets my comment of the evening for saying, lovely to see the beautiful Kate back. I'll take that all day long, Chris. And lovely to see you as well. Before we kick on and talk about the game, we made two signings right at the end of the transfer window. We signed Kevin Danso and also Matthias Tell. Cockerell. What do you make of the two signings we brought in? Any thoughts?
I've had a fantastic week, Kate, because everyone's been calling my name all week long since the weekend. All I keep hearing is tell. And I'm just thinking to myself, God, I've become so famous. It's just madness. For me, we needed reinforcements in the team. We were all anxious. And we're probably, I wouldn't say, I'll say a bit of us is relieved as a fan base, but then also we're also thinking we could have done more probably earlier as well. But I mean, if people watch the shows that I've been doing, you've got to bake in the European competitions. It's the first time they've ever gone with 8 group matches, so they go into the end of January. I think that's why this year round they extended the window to the 3rd of February. We managed to get two bits done over the line. It will remain to be seen, because Tottenham are very quiet in what they do. It remains to be seen whether they were first, second, third, fourth, whatever choice that they were on the list for these positions. But we've got 2 more bodies in. I anticipate that at least one of them will start tonight, possibly both, but one will definitely start tonight. 2 will definitely start tonight, and possibly a third, because Kinksky will probably be the keeper tonight as well. So yeah, it's good to have the reinforcements. it comes on the back of us hearing some bad news about Dragusin. So Danso's coming. We've heard some bad news about Dragusin. I wish Dragusin a speedy recovery. I don't wish illness on any person in the world, and let alone footballers who do it for their living. So I wish him a speedy recovery, because it can affect you both physically, obviously, and mentally, not being able to do what you love and what your profession is. Yeah, so I'm glad we got some in, but as I said, we could have, for me, we were short in the summer, still short now, even bringing 3 in. We need to really up our game, if that's the right thing to say, up our game in the summer, because we cannot leave ourselves light again for next season.
Yeah, I completely agree. Jimbo, I mean, I've been looking at Tell and Danso today. I am particularly excited about Tell. I do love Tell. I was a real advocate to get this guy in, and thought when he turned us down that wasn't going to happen. But I was reading about him today. They're saying he's got explosive pace and acceleration. He can play as a forward, a left wing, a right wing. He's dribbling and ball carrying. He can progress the ball well, has a high work rate, strong in the air, capable of scoring headers and winning duels. I mean, it sounds like this guy was made for Ange's system. However, I don't personally think he'll start him tonight. What do you think? And do you think Danso? Well, I think Danso has to start. But anyway, I'll let you talk about that before I waffle on.
Well, when he turned us down, I was still quite confident of getting him, Kate, because he's not playing at Bayern, and Bayern really wanted him to come to Tottenham. They didn't want him to go nowhere else. So I still thought that maybe they'd talk to him and do the loan deal. So I was still quite confident we got him. So that's why I weren't like moaning about Levy not doing the deal. I mean, look, let's be honest. It would be hard for Levy to talk someone into coming, wouldn't it? We needed someone else to go and do it. I think he'll start him, and I know everyone's excited about him, but I'm excited about Danso. Right, I've watched a lot of clips on him, and he looks like a proper beast. And there's not a lot gets by him, I'll tell you that now. And he's quick as well. I've seen guys with a yard or two on him, and him come back and tackle them. So I'm really excited about seeing him.
I was reading about him, and they said his strengths are aerial duels, blocking the ball, and concentration. However, he needs to improve his tackling. He doesn't dive into tackles, it said. But
I'll tell you what, the clips I was watching, his tackling weren't too bad. I'll tell you that now. He loves a slide tackle as well. And all the ones I saw, he was spot on. He looked good.
One good thing he did say was that he is good at set pieces, which is always nice to hear. But look, we'll have to wait and see. Danso's 6'3". It says he's blessed with rapid recovery pace.
Yeah.
Look, another one like Van der Ven, who's got loads of pace. The only thing that concerned me a little bit is that he's 26 and he's played in the French league for a long time, and no one else has picked him up. But that doesn't mean anything.
So with Danso, Kate, you've heard about Juventus, haven't you? The week before we signed him.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got a heart murmur, and obviously in Italian football they won't let you play, but in any other league you can play. So with Danso, he's done well. If you look at his profile of player that he was from when he was in the youth ranks here in England, and then to making them at 6 appearances or whatever for Southampton, and then moving on. If you look at his trajectory since he's moved to France and played in Germany, his trajectory's gone up. So he's improved as a footballer year on year out. So he's now 26. He knows about the game now. What I say on Tell is an absolutely probably a world-class youngster with all the attributes to be a top footballer going forward in the future. I've seen him play for Bayern, playing out on the left, and I've seen him play in the middle. Never have I seen him play on the right-hand side. He is one of the players that came out of the Clairefontaine, which is the French National Academy. So he's come out of Clairefontaine, and he played in a really, really good under 18s and under 21s for France, along with his good mate Wilson Odobert. They played either side of each other. He's played with Desiree Doué, who we were linked with last summer. We
Yeah.
ended up getting to PSG. He's played with Ryan Cherky. Although these players are slightly older, he made the team to play alongside him, although he's younger. So Tell's got decent stock. Yeah, he needs game time. He's going to have to adapt to the Premiership, because I don't care where you come from. At that age, he's obviously played European football as well. And, you know, we've done well to get him. And let's not be fooled. Other clubs were looking at him. So, you know, people can say, yeah, but we walked away and we did X, Y, and Z. Chelsea were looking at him. Arsenal looked at him. Man United were looking at him. And at the end of the day, you reap what you sow. And if you can't go for a player because, you know, you're on sailing close to the wind to PSR, we're not. So, you know, that has been a godsend for us. And we were able to get him because we're on the right side.
Yeah. Well, look, he's going to have to hit the ground running tonight because we're not blessed with options in defence. So let's hope that he has a fantastic debut, because I do expect him to start. I did see...
Well, there was rumours that Chelsea tried to hijack it.
Yeah, they did. Apparently, it came out today that Chelsea tried to hijack it like they did with William right at the last minute, but they didn't succeed. Tottenham for Life has said his lineup is Kinski, Porro, Danso, Davis, Spence, Bentancur, Bergvall, Kulu, Tell, Richarlison, Son. I agree with that, except I think he will start Basuma, play Kulu on the right and not start Tell. What's your thoughts, Jose? Because you normally have an idea of what you think the lineup will be.
I would not play Porro tonight.
Okay.
We're playing. I think for one, I think we need to rest, and two, we need to be defensively sound against Liverpool. And for me, my defence, in all honesty, tonight, bearing in mind that I've been an advocate for giving Porro a rest, I would start Archie Gray at right back, Spence at left back with Danso and Davis, because Davis is naturally left-footed, so you've got to keep that left-footed side, and Danso is naturally right-footed. And I'd play Archie Gray, because Archie Gray can recover, and he's not. Archie Gray and Jed Spence aren't going to invert and, you know, do all the mad things. We need to keep it tight against Liverpool. Now, what he plays in midfield and what he does up front, yeah, he's got an amalgamation of players to select from. I mean, I thought about it today, and I thought before coming on the show, do you play with Bentancur and Biss and one other because you're putting experience in there, or do you need legs against this Liverpool team because they're midfield free? They get around the pitch. So you Gravenberch, McAllister, and whoever they play as the third midfielder, because they alternate the third. Whoever they play as the third, their engine room, they move around everywhere. So I kind of tossed and turned. Do I play with experience, or do I go with Bentancur, say, as the sixth type player, the most deep line player, and then play Sarr and Bergvall off him because they're the ones with legs? So I've tossed and turned. Do you go with experience? Do you go with youth? And then for the forward three, if you're going to start Kulu on the right-hand side, then you're either dropping Richarlison and putting Son in the middle and Tell on the left, or you're saving Tell and Son starts on the left and Richarlison goes down the middle. It's difficult because both Son and, to many respects, Tell, they like to, although they're right-footed predominantly, they're two-footed, but their right's the strongest. They like to come in from the left, both of them. So not one of them is a right-hand player. So I think Kulu will fill in the right-hand side. What he does with the other two spots, it's out of Tell, Richarlison and Son for me.
Yeah.
But he's got decisions to make, Kate. I mean, I'm leaving Porro out, but then I'm also leaving two midfielders out as well in what I've just said. However you weigh it out, you're leaving a defender and two midfielders out as well.
Thing is, it's like someone said on my show earlier, we're one game away from a final, whereas we've got Villa at the weekend where, yes, we can go far in the FA Cup, hopefully. But this game for me is by far the most important game of the season so far. I mean, Jimbo, do you start Porro? Also, do you start Kinski if Vicario is reportedly fit, like they're saying? What's your view?
Look, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter who any of us think a start. We're not picking a team, and I think that Postecoglou will go with Porro. I think he will go with Porro. He'll go with the experience. And I think he'll stick with the goalkeeper because Vicario coming back into a game like this is not ideal, is it? Where the other guys have some game time. And I think it'd be Porro at right back. So that's what I can see him doing. He's going to want to win this game, Kate. We're one game away from the final. So, all right, Chang. So
Better
we're
late
one
than
game
never.
away.
Mr. Chang is here.
Can I say that yesterday, Jim, in his press conference yesterday, have you seen it? He never mentioned Vicario being returned back to play because he was asked a question about returning players and players injured from the last game. He never mentioned Vicario's coming back. However, social media blew up overnight saying Vicario is available. So, like you, Jim, I'm not too sure.
Well, I think he'll stick with the what's his name, Kinski. I think he'll stick with him, and I think he'll definitely stick with Porro. You know, this is not a game to start messing around too much. You know, stick with what we know.
Yep, I completely agree. Someone said the Liverpool lineup is out. It's not out on their Twitter yet.
Yeah, I was going to say I can't find it at all.
I am keeping an eye. Mr. Chang, how are you feeling about tonight?
Very excited, but also looking forward to the match with trepidation. Butterflies in the stomach, honestly. And if I have to be perfectly honest, not entirely confident of the match, but this is a pre-match pump up, not a pump down. And I am going to be trying my utmost best to be staying positive and optimistic, despite the the form book and a record, our personal record as well at Anfield, saying otherwise. But other than that, absolutely looking forward to the match. Miss Kate, hi there, Mr. Boxer, Senor Garcia. And what a way to kick off the Friday morning. It's 10 minutes to 3 a.m. over here in Southeast Asia. But wow.
Did we win, Chan? Did we win?
We made it through into the final. We made it through into the final. It was a very scrappy affair. But I can't tell you much more than that because I don't want to be a party pooper, not to spoil the fun. But hang on to your kids, hang on to your pensions. It's squeaky bum time, Spurs way. The only way Spurs can manage. But yeah, it is a occasion to soak up and enjoy. I would say put Aston Villa to the back of your mind. Probably it will be the single most important match of a lot of these players' career, even if they haven't been really playing much knockout competition in their careers. But enjoy the match, and regardless of who takes to the pitch, you will be treated to some surprises later on this evening. Having said that, back to you, Miss Kate.
I don't understand why people are saying that they're nervous, we're going to get battered. I see people in the chat. This is a one-off game, right? And we're 1-0 up in a one-off game to get to a final. You don't think that our boys are going to be up for it? It doesn't matter how many times we've won there in the last 70 or 40 or 50 years, right? This is a completely different game, completely different players. These boys can be heroes tonight, taking us to Wembley. They're going to be up for it. And they're going to give it everything. And I'm not nervous at all, not one bit. And I think these boys will turn up and they'll give it to them.
Go on, Jimbo. That's why we like you on here, because you pump us all up. I'm still waiting for the lineups. They're not showing on Tottenham Twitter. I know people are saying so-and-so started and so-and-so starting, but nothing official has come out yet. Maybe Ange hasn't made his mind up.
It's always an hour before, Kate, for these games, isn't it? An hour and a quarter for the league games and an hour for the cup. So I'll probably have to wait another 8 minutes for an official.
Yes, I'm excited. My lineup that I said was Kinski, Porro, Danso, Davis, Spence, Benny, Biss, Bergvall, Kulu, Son and Richie. And I know that will cause some conversation, shall we say. Personally, it's not out of choice for Richie. I just think that's who he will start. Chang, have you got any thoughts on who he might play in midfield or up front? Do you think the new guys are starting? What's your thoughts?
For me, I think our new signings have to start, especially given the fact that Mickey Van der Ven has picked up yet another setback although I hope it's not for too long. Mickey Van der Ven, but yeah, for me, Danso and Tel have to start if they are available, if they have been training with the rest of the squad, and if Big Ange sees it fit for our new signings to be starting on such a momentous and monumental occasion tonight. And as for our midfield, because of course, obviously Madison isn't available, so I think we have to be relying on Lucas Bergvall again. Hopefully, he will be able to be, playing his part again, the same way he did in the first leg. And behind Bergvall in center midfield, my preferred center midfield duo would be that of Pepe Matassar and Bissouma. That is assuming they are both fit and are ready to start. Otherwise, we would be having to call upon Bentancur for centre midfield. But otherwise than that, I think it's pretty much status quo with the rest of the team. Of course, if I had a choice, I would definitely prefer to have Jet Spence in right back as opposed to Porro. As much as I love Porro's endeavour going forward, this is the one match I think we need some defensive solidity at right back. So I would definitely prefer someone who can defend at right back. So for me, it would be Spence over Porro at right back. But what do I know? I'm not Big Ange. And if we have Region available, Region would be my left back. So the centre back pairing would be that of Archie Gray and Danso. And yeah, the forward lineup would be Tel, Moore, and Son up front for me. And as for the goalie, I think if Kinski is fit, I think it's only fair for Kinski to sail the second leg. He did a spectacular job in goal for us in the first leg, keeping a clean sheet. If he does get the nod ahead, hopefully he can get another clean sheet tonight, and that would see us through. But it's not the end of the world, is it, if Vicario starts, because he's been out for so long, which is why I feel he shouldn't be starting. By that very same token, given his lack of match fitness. But again, what do I know? So, given a choice, I would rather see Kinski in goal as opposed to Vicario. Back to you, Ms. Kate.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Kate,
Liverpool fans have accused. Yeah.
I was going to say Sonny will be starting because he's the.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because he's the only player ever to score 4 times on a row at Anfield.
Yeah.
So they will start.
Liverpool fans have accused Ange Postecoglou of playing mind games and claim that Van der Ven will start and that he's just doing this to. Well, we all know managers do it. Ferguson used to be the best at doing the old mind games, saying people were injured and all of a sudden they're on the starting lineup. He's on a good hiding to nothing, really, Jimbo, because there's been a lot of rumours this week that he's had another injury, Van der Ven. If he starts him, he's going to get criticised. If he's fit and he doesn't start him, he's going to get criticised. I mean, what's your thoughts? Do you think Van der Ven gets any minutes tonight? Do you think he is injured? What do you think?
Well, just someone just asked in the chat where we can watch it. What ITV? It's on ITV. Look,
and Paramount Plus as well, I think, in America.
I don't think Ange Postecoglou really cares what people think, and if he's fit to play, and then what he's done, good on him. I don't really care, So if he's fit, he'll play him. If he's not, he won't. But I don't believe this all that I said to you in the week, Kate, when it was coming about the operation. They wouldn't keep that hidden. There's no reason to. If he needed an operation, I'm sure they would have come out. He would have come out and said that he needed an operation. Let's hope that he is playing mind games and he plays Van der Ven. He's fit to play. We'll all be happy.
Yeah. Steve, you couldn't have put it better. We are always and have always been a great domestic cup side. I'd rather have egg on my face tomorrow, daring to dream tonight, than be a safe Sally and predict a loss. Exactly. These are the nights we live for, and he's right. I mean, when I was growing up, and definitely when you and Jose were growing up, Jimbo, we were renowned as a cup side. We always did well in the cups. I mean, we was FA Cup, we'd won it the most amount of time.
I mean, I love it.
So
I love it. When we was on your show earlier, people saying we're going to get spanked 5-1 and we're going to get spanked this and spanked that. I love it, Kate. Because yeah, but that's when Tottenham turn up. I remember when we played City earlier in the year, one said we was going to get slaughtered. We won 4-0. When we played Villa, They said Villa was on the top of their game at that time, and we spanked them. You know, when people think we're going to get spanked is when we turn up and turn it round.
Yeah.
So come on, Spurs.
Stay humble. Stay
Stay
humble.
humble, yeah.
Stay humble. Stay humble.
Jose, one thing we do know for sure is Trent Alexander is out for this clash. How much of a big deal is that for Spurs? I mean, I rate this guy massively when he's in midfield. What's your thoughts on him?
Where you can probably get in behind TTA because of his attacking, you know, in an attacking sense, he can put balls on a sixpence and all sorts. So attacking wise, is a threat. Defensive, he's a weakness for Liverpool.
Yeah.
But with him being out the side, it actually draws strength. It should draw strength to their defense, because if it's Connor Bradley that takes his place, but it takes away something from their attack, so to speak. And him and Salah have got it to a T down that wing, haven't they? But it'll be interesting to see what happens with him not in the side. Connor Bradley playing. Will we be able to get in behind Connor Bradley? Because it would be whoever plays on the whole left-hand side would be up against Bradley. But I've seen Bradley playing. I think defensively is a really good player.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be interesting. Attacking wise, it's taking something away from Liverpool, because they've got the. He's like a quarterback, isn't he? Bloody Terence. He's like a quarterback. Gets that ball, puts it on a sixpence. But so they'll miss that. But defensively, I think they might look a bit better if Bradley plays at right back.
Yeah, I agree. What I will say is we have over 1,000 in and only 113 likes. This is like a Werner ratio of likes to people in the room. So we need to sort that out. For Ben and Sim, give them a like. And also Marlon and Ash, who are doing the watch along after us over, well, not over anywhere, here. But the lineup is out. Hurrah, hurrah. This is when it gets exciting. We have got, let me put us, no, that's not that one.
Can I just say I called the defence. I called it.
That was a nice little close-up of Jimbo for all you ladies out there that wanted a little bit of Jimbo in their life. But this is the lineup. We have Kinski in goal with Gray, Danso, Davis and Spence at the back. Benton, Kerr, Basuma and Sarr in midfield, and Kulu, Richie, Son, which I called the front three, in attack, with the substitutes being Austin, Porro, Reglion, Bergval, Ajayi, Casanova, Oluwesi, Moore and Tell. Jim, I'm coming to you first. What do you think of the lineup?
Yeah, I like the lineup, Kate, but I think I would have had Tell in there. Maybe he's not up to speed, but I'd like to see him start.
I'm pretty sure he is up to speed. I just think maybe he's going to bring him on as a impact sub, perhaps.
Yeah.
But I mean, Basuma, Benton, Kerr, Sarr, it's a very solid midfield.
Yeah,
well,
sure.
One would think.
Well, I mean, the only change I would have made to that, I mean, I'm surprised he's not put Porro in, but I understand why he hasn't put him in. I would have had Tell in instead of Richie. But
yeah.
But I'm not the manager. That's why I'm sitting here on here, and he's there earning $5 million a year. So I will whatever he says, he's put them out. I'll back him and say he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I will say I do kind of agree with Belgrade here, who says that's the deadest midfield ever, zero creativity. That's the only thing. But then we've got Madders, who is injured. However, I really expected to see Bergval starting. I predicted the 3 Bs, Benny, Bituma and Bergval. Jose, what's your thoughts? It does seem like it's not the most creative midfield I've ever seen.
It's more defensive.
Yeah.
I turned around and I said earlier, I called the defence because I said that Porro needs the rest. I'll play that defence, and I've called that. And I did say that I was tossing and turning between Benton, Bissouma and one other. So you got experience, or do you go with one of Benton, and Bissouma and Sarr and Bergval for legs? So I did say that earlier, but he's obviously gone he's gone straight for Benton, Bissouma to add experience into that midfield and probably run the game for quite a while and then bring off the electrifying youngsters who will be quick and around them, and you know, so you've got youth on your side for the running for the second half. But I think they've gone solid here to try and keep it tight for as long as possible. I mean, looking at Liverpool's lineup, they've gone for Kelleher in goal. They've got Bradley at right back. They've got Robertson at left back. The two centre backs are Kanate and VDV. Their midfield is going to be Slobbersley, Jones, and Gravenberch, and their front three are Salah, Gakpo, and Nunez. So
wow, that really surprised me because I thought Diaz would start this game.
Diaz is not there. McAllister's not in the side either. Two
No,
players
they're on
I expected.
the sub bench. Yeah,
Yeah, but I expected them to start though, but they're not. They've rotated they've rotated their defence and their midfield, or one defender and a couple of midfielders. They rotate. Well, one midfielder, one forward, and one striker. They've rotated.
Yeah. Bless you, Chang. But look, we all know how Liverpool, how dangerous they are. But before we go on to them, I mean, Mr. Chang, you excited about seeing what Danso can do? I mean, talk about throwing him in at the deep end, the semi-final to get to the final, like the second leg. I'm a little bit nervous for the guy. I'm not going to lie.
I honestly feel that there is no better way for us Spurs fans to see what Denso is all about in what is probably our current biggest match of this season. And if he can do even half of what is expected of him, that is to keep a clean sheet, however unlikely it might be tonight, I think it would go a long way to be proving his worth. But also that it does beg the question, why wasn't he signed earlier? But nonetheless, now that he's here with us, I really do hope that this won't be the only game he plays for us this season, and that he will be, helping the team keep many more clean sheets for the rest of this season and beyond this season as well. And for this game, I think it might be possibly the best partnership in centre back, Davies and Denso, seeing as we have experience with Davies and also we have renewed vigor and energy in the form of Denso, our new signing. But Denso, for me personally, in centre back, gives us one attribute that I thought we were sorely missing against Brentford, which was that aerial combativity, or that aerial prowess. Yes, the strength. And that I think would be the single most looked upon thing this match if they were to be floating in crosses, whether it's in the set piece, a corner, or during the regular passages of play, as is common for them. And that in itself actually gives us that little bit more stability. It should offer Kinski some protection in goal. And I think Kinski is going to be needing a lot of help today, not only from Denso and Davies, but even from our wingbacks. So seeing both Gray and Spence starting ahead of Reguilon and Porro would be a welcome sight. But apart from that, I think Denso has a lot to prove because we have yet to see him properly in a Spurs shirt, and I don't think I've even seen him doing any training. I don't see any training clips of him and Tel anywhere on social media. So hopefully we would be able to see him prove to Big Ange and to us Spurs fans why he was even signed in the first place. But other than that, come on, Denso, we all are fully behind you, and all the best out there to you.
Yeah, I agree. Ronnie, he says, what is this manager doing? Biggest game we're going to have, and leaves out Porro, Bergvall and Tel. Well, Porro needs a rest. I think we can all agree he desperately needs a rest. Bergvall and Tel, I didn't think he'd start Tel. I think he likes to play Kulu on the wing with Sonny and Richie. And I think Bergvall, I think he's kind of going, someone put it in here, Liverpool are going to be very offensive. And I think he's going for the midfield to try and counteract that rather than go for creativity. Because although it's not Angie's style, Jose, all we need to do is sit in and hold on to our lead and we go through. I'm not saying that's what we do, but basically that is all we've got to do.
What I will say, Kate, just on the question of Tel, before I answer that, is that he started Johnson against Arsenal last year, didn't he? and Johnson had just come through the door.
Yep.
We were all shocked. And he started Odebert at the game that we were at against Everton. We just signed Odebert, and he started Odebert, and that came out of left field because we didn't expect Odebert to start. So he could have pulled that rabbit out of the hat and put Tell in tonight. He's decided against it. Yeah, as I said earlier, with the midfield he selected a midfield that's combative, because I said all along, Liverpool get around, they're combative and they get around. And he's done like for like. He's picked the combative midfield there. And it's a case of, in all honesty, looking at this team, right, it wouldn't surprise me if we play 4-5-1 and we tuck in Kulu and Sonny to help out the three midfielders. And you know, we have to quieten Liverpool down. So in order to quieten Liverpool down, you got to stop them from scoring, and you got to quieten the crowd down. And I think he selected a side to go into battle tonight to try and do exactly what I'm saying. And in the second half, when it starts opening up a bit more, the game starts opening up, and the spaces start to appear. Then you've got the likes of Bergvall, Mikey Moore. You've got Tell, you know, and players like that to come off the bench to try and get you something in the second half, whether it be from the 60th minute onward, whether it be the 70th, the 80th, the 90th. I think that's what he's trying to do. Listen, let's not beat around the bush. We're here to pump everyone up, and we will do, but we're not, you know, Anfield is Anfield. It's going to be a difficult game, and you have to go to Anfield with a game plan that you're going to believe in, because otherwise there's no point stepping foot at Anfield. And I think that's what he's done. He's picked a side here, which I can see quite easily being a 4-5-1, in all honesty. He's picked a side here to try and keep Liverpool quiet. And if we can do that, and we can take this into the second half and that, then who knows? We could be going to Wembley, guys. You know what I mean? We could be going to Wembley.
Do you know the funny thing is, I'm seeing a lot of people criticising now and saying, "Oh, this is," and when we're not setting out to score, and like this midfield screams park the bus. All we've done, or not we, but a lot of Tottenham fans have done is slag this manager off for being gung ho and not being pragmatic enough. And tonight he looks like he's going with a more pragmatic side, and he's getting slagged off already, and we haven't even kicked a ball yet. I mean, I'm not sure whether this guy can do anything right. I think it's just going to be a case of let's just wait and see, because if he'd have gone out and gone all out attack, we would get destroyed by Liverpool, in my opinion, tonight. So I think the team looks good. I think he selected the right people. My only qualm was, I think, Bergvall possibly, but what super sub to have? We've also got the likes of Moore on the bench. We've got Porro on the bench as well, who loves to cross the ball. We've got Tell. We don't know how good this guy is going to be yet, but we've got people there that can impact a game sitting on the bench. I mean, Jimbo, I don't personally think he'll play with Richarlison for more than maybe 60 minutes tops. So are you looking forward to one would think Tell or Moore might come on?
The thing is, last time we went at Liverpool, we lost 6-3. So he has to change something, right? And I've said it many times, this manager, he's got to learn the Premier League, because he's never been in a league like this before, right? And he has had games where I think he set us up fantastic, and I think he's done the right thing tonight, playing more defensively. It worked against Brentford. I never saw any of the so-called experts on Sky say that we'd beat Brentford. They all said we'd get battered. So look, he's our manager. We have to have faith in him. I think he's learning, and I think that he wants to keep his job. So he is going to start changing things. And he did against Brentford, and he looks like he has tonight. I'm very, very confident we're going to win tonight. I don't think we're going to draw. I think we're going to win. I do. I think we're going to walk away with a win tonight.
I hope you're right. We've got over 1,360 in and still 250 likes. So if we could smash the like for Benson, would be amazing. Kane, what about you? Are you hoping that we get the likes of Tell? And to be honest, I'd like to see a Moore or Oluwesi or someone come on. But obviously it depends how we're doing in the game. But I just don't see Richarlison getting a full game. What's your thoughts on it?
There are two ways of looking at this, depending on how that first half plays out, Miss Kate. If we do find ourselves behind and we are chasing the game, then I feel Tell would be the perfect substitute to come on for the first time in I cannot remember how long it's been, Miss Kate, that we have actually someone to call upon from that bench to bolster that forward line of ours, apart from maybe say only Mikey Moore. So it's such a refreshing change to have someone like Tell on the bench. But again, much like Danso, we haven't seen anything of Tell just yet. We don't know what is going to be like for us. Is he going to be, a super sub like Steven Bergwijn? Is he going to be, more of a Timo Werner and fall flat when expectations are a bit too high for someone who's only 19? So let's just see what Richarlison does in the first half, and if things aren't going too well, hopefully when Tell comes on, he will be the difference maker for us. But apart from that, I think, honestly, thinking back about this, I think Richarlison would be the perfect player for this tie. I mean, we saw how Kieran Trippier was sending messages of love to Spurs fans last night after the win over Woolwich at Tyneside. So maybe Richarlison himself is fired up, being an ex-Evertonian himself. So that could play in our favour, especially since tonight is going to be played at Anfield. But yeah, Tell has a lot to prove, much like Danso, and unless we are fairly certain ourselves that Tell himself would be able to make the difference if and when he is called upon, I would actually stick to what is tried and proven. Richarlison himself wasn't doing too bad a couple of games for us. He did score a couple of goals for us as well. And let's just see what Richarlison can do. I'm sure that he might even get a chance or two if it fell his way. But other than that, I can tell you that Tell would be the perfect substitute to come on for him. Hopefully it won't be too long before he is called upon if we do find ourselves trailing. But for the first time in a long, long while, Miss Kate, our substitutes have something much more to offer than possibly even our starters in the likes of Region or Porro or Bergvall and even Tell himself. So come on, you Spurs, get behind the lads and let's get after it. I'll see you all in the final.
Kate, you know what?
Let's hope so. Go on.
It's nice to look at the bench and see we've got some players on there that can come on and do some damage. We haven't seen that for a while, so that's lovely.
And with the Richarlison thing, with the Richarlison thing, Kate, just wanting to finish off because of what the other two spoke about Richarlison. For me, right, Richarlison tonight, he dictates himself how much he plays and how long he plays for. If we get Richarlison that played against Brentford, Richarlison ain't playing the whole game. Because the one thing that we're going to need tonight would have been picture perfect for Solanke, let's say, because Solanke can hold the ball up. Solanke holds the ball up and he gives us that breather, if you like, when the ball goes forward. If anyone watched the Brentford game, when we were under the cosh against Brentford, when we were just hoofing the ball down the pitch from our defensive area when they were attacking us, Richarlison, either the ball bounced off him and they won possession back straight away, or Richarlison had come out to the left, ball was going down the middle, Richie was nowhere to be seen. So tonight, Richie dictates himself how long he's going to be for. If Richie's in the game and the ball's sticking to him and he's relieving the pressure, Richie will stay on and play longer. If Richie is not doing that, then Richie will be swapped out for and we'll change our formation.
Yeah, I agree that I don't know how many times we can talk about Richarlison, but let's hope that he actually does something tonight. Not just but he works really hard, because he does, and he wears his heart on his sleeve, and and I like him for that. But he needs to be making an impact on a game like this. This is where top players really stand up in a game where we can get to a final. So we need to see some of these professionals do it, and the older ones, because we have got a young squad. So I want to see someone grab the game by the scruff of the neck like a Harry Kane would once upon a time, and say, right, we can do this, lads. Come on, let's go. So let's wait and see. But the Liverpool fans are very confident. We had Don Hassam come in today and said we will get spanked 5-1. He said, not even bantering, we will absolutely smash you. So, you know, the bookies have Liverpool's favourites, and rightly so. But Gary Neville has said that he believes, although they are favourites to progress, he has a sneaky suspicion that Spurs will reach the final by getting a draw, and then we'll go on and lift the Carabao Cup. And I have to say, if that happens, I would be just a little bit happy. I think we will all be partying on YouTube for 24 hours, I think.
Let's remember, Kate, right? We've got Richie on the pitch and we've got Son on the pitch, and both of them have got great scoring records against Liverpool. All right, so that's a big attribute to come, you know, tonight.
I'm not sure Ben and Sim are at the game. I'm not entirely sure, but I know that Ash and Marlon doing the watch along. But once again, I'm going to say it for Ben and Sim and for Grandad Brian, God rest his soul. We all love Grandpa Brian. Let's hope we can get a win. The lads can get a win, get to the final and lift the cup for Grandpa Brian. I hope he's watching down and maybe can help us out by knocking a goal in or something. Smithy says, stop being so anti-Richie. He's getting a hat-trick tonight. If he does, I might even get a Richarlison tattoo. That's how sure I am that probably won't happen. But it is getting to that time where we need you to tell us your everyone will be cheering Richie now to get a hat-trick. Can you imagine?
I'll tell you what.
Richie, un, dos, tres.
And I'll say this now, right? I'll say this now on here, and I'm a man of my word. If Richie scores a hat-trick, I will get a Richie tattoo.
Oh, my goodness.
100%.
I will do it.
Chan, you going for it as well?
You know what? You know what? I will give it a serious consideration. I've never had a single tattoo, but Richarlison scoring a hat trick in his semi-finals at Anfield. Wow, that would go a long way to proving me wrong about him. And yeah, I might just get a matching tattoo with Mr. Boxall if that does happen.
There you go. I will say, Chris Peters, there you go. If we win the Carabao Cup, we will, over at Kate and Jimbo, do a 24-hour charity stream for Legend on the Bench, Mickey Hazard's charity that we support over there. We will do a full 24-hour stream celebrating that. And there may be some alcohol consumed. So this actually might happen. Kate flashes. Who knows? When Kate gets drunk, anything can happen. I'm just saying. But yes, can we please have your scores, predictions, and who will be scoring the goals? Chang, I'm going to come to you first. What do you think about the game tonight? What's the score going to be and who's scoring?
It's going to be a 1-1 draw. It's going to be a very scrappy 1-1 draw. We will be getting the first goal early in that second half, but Liverpool are going to equalize almost immediately after that with the crowd behind them, and we are going to hang on for dear life to progress into the finals. And surprise, surprise, it's not Richarlison or any of our midfielders or Kulu or even the defenders scoring. It's going to be Sonny, our ever reliable captain, scoring for us, and we will be having enough in the tank to even get one over Aston Villa over the weekend after this tie. But the game will finish 1 apiece, and Son will be scoring for us, Miss Kate.
I like it. Biddy Guy says, I have a feeling today, good or bad, something dramatic is going to happen. Hopefully a good one, Sonny. Kieran says 1-1, Bentancur and Gakpo to score. Dantek says 3-2. 3-3, sorry. I love Ben Davis says 3-3. 1-1, Archie Gray corner and Salah equaliser. 2-1 Liverpool, but Spurs win on pens. I don't know if I can cope with pens. 3-0 aggregate win. Come on, you Spurs. Is that all for now? 1-1 own goal and Richie. 2-1. Come on, you Spurs. Jose, what are you feeling about tonight?
Can I just say, Chan, what time is it where you are?
It's almost 3:30 a.m. It's 5 minutes to 3:30 on a Friday morning.
So for everyone that watches us on pump up shows, we know that Chang's already in the following day. So it's kind of unfair being asked to do a prediction where Chang's already the next day. So Chang's told us it's a 1-1 draw. So that means that either Chang's right and he's given us a score and we've reached the final, or I need to change my prediction. So, okay, in saying that, what I will say is Chang, my colleague, and I both predicted a 3-0 win last week against Elfsborg. And then Chang and I and the rest of the panel that we did the pump up for Brentford, we all went 2-1 for Tottenham, although it was 2-0. So the last two pump up shows, we've predicted someone on the panel, at least one person on the panel has predicted either the score or the Tottenham win, right? So tonight, because Chang's stolen the 1-1, I'm going to go, and as hard as it will be, because it will be hard at Liverpool, as hard as it will be, I think we've set up our team to counter-attack and let Liverpool have the possession. And on the counter-attack, we can be devastated. So, and it doesn't matter who we play, we can always be devastated on the counter-attack. So tonight, I'm going to go for Liverpool 1, Tottenham 2. Only because Chan took my 1-1. I'm going to have to go for 1-2. On the counter, soak up Liverpool's pressure. On the counter, win 2-1. In all honesty, Kate, I don't really care who scores. I just want to get to the final. But, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, who do I want to score? I want Gray. It can be Gray, Danso, Davis, Spence, Bentancur, Bissouma, Sarr, Richie, Son, or Kulu. Or one of the boys off the bench. I don't care who gets the goals as long as we get to the final. Listen, as a fan base, we've been through some dark times this season. A final, just to say the word that we've reached the final, just for now. We want to go and win it, but just tonight, in 3 hours' time, if we can turn around and say, we're at Wembley, that's what I'm after. They're the words that I want to hear. And then I want to see the fan base raise itself, because the fan base has been at war recently as well. You know, it seems to be fractured, and I think we can all turn around and say we're in a final, and that's what I want to see in 3 hours' time. So I'm going to go for 2-1, 2-1 Tottenham.
Oh, I hope you're right. Zapor says, I can't see anything now but a Richarlison hat-trick. You're done for, Kate. 3-2. Oh, please, God, I'll take it all day long. I have said the same score all week. I'm going for 2-2, which will be enough to get us through to the final. I refuse to believe there's any possibility that we're not getting through to the final. So I'm doing 2-2, and I'm going to have Richie to get one and Kulu to get the other. But Jimbo, Mr. Optimistic, what do you see the score being?
In the last 10 days, 2 weeks, I've dreamt that we won 3-1 twice. Right. So I don't know if that in my dream it was 3-1 with the aggregate or 3-1 on the night. But I'm going to go 3-1 for sure, because it's fate, I'm sure. I'm so convinced we're going to win tonight.
And who scores?
Oh, I don't really care, but if I've got to pick goal scorers, if it's 3, I'm going to go Richie Son for definite, Sonny, and Kulu. And if it's 2, I'm going to go Kulu and Sonny.
Yeah. Okay. Chris Peters says, if we get through, I will donate £50 on your charity stream and come on if allowed. Of course, you are always welcome, Chris Peters, a legend of the YouTube community and who supports everybody. I have a dream, Jimbo 2025. Smithy says, Auntie Kate, if Richie gets a hat-trick, you'll have to block me on your phone because I'll be relentless. I hope he does. I hope he gets 3 and we win or draw. I don't care. I just want us to get through. I need us to get through. I'm sick to death of hearing Liverpool fans saying they're going to smash us. I'm sick of seeing Arsenal fans saying they're going to smash us, especially after they got absolutely trounced 4-0. But look, we haven't got long to wait till we find out. 33 minutes till kickoff. As I said, Ash and Marlon are doing the watch along, so do make sure you join them at 7:45 p.m. Chang does have a YouTube channel. I've completely forgot to put up anyone's YouTube channels, which is rubbish. Chang, do you want to tell us when you're next on? I might as well do that to finish the show off.
Can I just
tell us
say,
about your channel?
Can I just say
Yes.
also when you put Chang's channel up, right? You should put he's on
Yeah.
with us as well because he's on with us 2 or 3 times a week. So he's
Yeah,
part of our
but
channel, Kate. He's part of our channel.
he is as well. But Mr. Chang, let us know where you are, where you're going to be next, and what's going on with you.
I take it that we have a show. Do we have a pre-match show on Friday at noon, Miss Kate?
We do. We have a show in a few
Okay.
hours for you. Well, no, it's not because
good.
the time difference. I'm being really blonde there. But yes, 12 o'clock tomorrow. We have our FA Cup preview show over at Kate and Jimbo. We do. So
yeah, so that's where I'm going to be at, and I believe I should also be on Spurs Die Hearts. I should be on Spurs Die Hearts late on Friday nights. I think it's going to be a late 10 p.m. show on Friday, so I should be able to make that early Saturday a.m. Here in Southeast Asia. But yeah, apart from our show tomorrow at noon on a Friday, it's going to be the 7th of February tomorrow. So I'll be over at the Perfect Match, Kate and Jim, at noon tomorrow, as well as Spurs Die Hearts. And hopefully, I'm hoping that all of us will be reconvening again. Same, I mean, not the same time, but all of us on Sunday for the pre-match pump up for Aston Villa. And to everyone who hasn't subscribed or even hit the likes, this channel would do a lot better with your support. So please smash the like and subscribe on your way out. Get behind the lads because we have a trophy incoming in the before the summer's done. And let's soak up the occasion. Come on, you Spurs, and up the lads.
exactly that, Che. Thank you as always for coming on. It's always a pleasure. Jose, when are you next on and what's going on over at El Cockerel?
I'm next on tomorrow, 4 o'clock, to do my prediction show, which is interactive with anyone that's a subscriber to my channel, where we predict the football for the weekend. There is no Premiership games this weekend, so we have a 20-game bonanza. So our bonanza is I pick 20 random games over the weekend, and interactively we go through, and I have everyone in the chat selecting the games. I keep a tally of who said what and what not, and we do a point scoring system, and there's a league table and that, and people quite enjoy doing it. And the reason why we do a 20-game bonanza is to give a chance to people that have never played before to gain points and gain traction, and those that have played to try and out banter each other and finish higher than each other. So that's what I've lined up for tomorrow. As we all do on YouTube channels, if anything happens with Tottenham, we may just pop up. So tonight, I have no plans at the moment, but that could all change this evening.
Yes.
I'd like to thank everyone that's been watching tonight. I say, come on, like Chan said, it's come on, you Spurs. Let's go after them and win. And please hit the like channel, the like button for this channel, for We Are Tottenham TV, for Ben and Sim, and and for Grandpa Brian. Let's just up the game for these lads. They welcome us with open arms to allow us to come on and do the pump up shows on their behalf. So please support the lads and to Grandpa Brian. Thank you very much, everyone.
Ben and Sim, without doubt, two of the very nicest people you'll ever meet. Really lovely guys. Jimbo, do you want to say when we're on, or do you want me to say when we're on?
When we're on. It don't fucking matter when we're on. What matters is tonight that we kick Liverpool's ass. That's what matters. It don't matter when we're on, Kate. It matters that we kick Liverpool's ass tonight, and we will, because we are the mighty Spurs, the cup team of the century. We will beat them. Come on, you Spurs.
I apologise to anyone whose children might have been watching for my husband. I will give him a slap when we finish. But you can find Jimbo and I over at Kate and Jimbo, and we are back tomorrow at noon with Chang, with Emerson Royale's #1 fan, Nick, doing our FA Cup prediction show. So listen, thank you to everyone watching. It's the most I've ever had in here for sure, over 1,300. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope we've got you pumped up. We all think we're getting through. So yeah, let's do this. Enjoy the game, everyone. Stay tuned, like I say, for Marlon and Ash's watch along. And as always,
come on, you
Come on, you
Spurs.